Hey guys, I'm Ben Thompson. I'm a marriage and family therapist, and this is my wife, Monica. Today, we're going to give you 3 ways to survive the pandemic with your partner.
Eek.
I don't know about you guys, but this really can put a strain on a relationship. And we wanted to really help with saying 3 ways that we think, again, can really help you through this time. It can get a little crazy, can't it?
Yes,
Sometimes.
he's driving me insane.
Just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. And she does the same to me. And so we're learning how to get through this in really a healthy way and how to manage this. So we came up with 3 ways. And the first way is really give grace. I mean, give a lot of grace to your partner. Right, this is a stressful time and our lives are being changed and disrupted. And you know what? Most of us, stress doesn't bring out the best in us.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. We don't see that. And so I'll just bring up for instance, Monica, when she gets stressed, right? Like, and especially with this, like her structure gets thrown off, right? Her plan gets thrown off and she can get a little crazy. She can get a little stir crazy. She's a little more frustrated, a little bit more agitated.
I had cabin fever a couple of weeks ago and they were just talking about the possibility of this. I was like, I must go to all the places and get all the things and just get out and do things. So
I've just noticed that this puts an extra layer of stress on here, frustration at times. So learning, how do I give her grace for that? How do I understand and not get upset or frustrated when she's not acting the way that I think she should? Got to give her grace. Now, I'm doing it all perfectly, right?
Oh, yeah. Ben doesn't do anything. Okay, so when Ben gets stressed, he's a processor. So let's say a decision like, what should we have for dinner comes up. So when Ben is stressed, he processes this and is like, we could do this or this or this, or what about this, or do you want this, and he's talking it out and figuring it out. And by the end, I'm like, I will eat anything, just make a decision. And he, that's just kind of what he does. And so I just need to let him be and let him process through all of the millions of possibilities until he comes up with something, and just give him grace for that and try to be less frustrated, and just know that that's something that happens even more so whenever he's stressed out. So
Yeah, and I appreciate her grace, because it's nice for her to say just the dinner. What about a retirement plan? What about a car? Or do we get a new TV now? Do we wait till things go on sale? Do we, all these sort of things are, going, what do I do with my business?
Run out of diapers.
Yeah, what are we going to do, right? So I'm going through all these things. So I need a lot of grace. So number one thing you can do right now is really focus on giving grace to your partner. You want to give judgment, frustration, a bad look, anything like that. Replace that with grace. So that's the first one, and probably the most important things you can do. The second is space. So number 1 is grace. Number 2 is space. You have to create space at this time, even if it's separate parts of the house.
Yes.
I got to get away from her sometimes.
Oh my goodness, and I have got to get away from him.
Right. And we both got to get away from our kids. That's not...
We love them, but they drive us crazy.
They do. And so one of the most important things is to be really intentional about that. Now, look, I know for a lot of couples, one really values that closeness and togetherness, and often the other one sometimes values that freedom, that independence. And that's not as much of an option right now. So we got to figure out how to balance that and how to make sure we're both getting what we need at those times.
We're both getting our own space, whatever that looks like. My space is usually me going out for a run, or going and driving around by myself, or just being at home alone without 3 other humans messing all the things up all the time. That's what I need to do. Yeah. What Ben's looks like.
Well, for me, and this is the time to take advantage of the cheap gas. I've been taking some long drives with the kids. Just to make sure, again, that really helps her in what she needs. For me, you can just lock me in a room, right? I'm pretty good, but I need to ask for that time, and I have to ask for that time to have. And so we're really conscious of giving each other space, especially if you're really frustrated, if emotions are high. Give space.
You just need a break.
Yeah, you need a break. And
just
often,
ask for it, and that's way better than just bottling it up and then exploding or
Yeah.
yeah.
And often space is where you can come up with creative solutions, or you can, take care of yourself to the point that you can be a better spouse, especially, and a better partner and a better parent. We're trying to be. Third thing is find your place. Find your place. You need to find a place of peace and calm amidst all the chaos that's going on. It's really important. It's really easy to feel real out of control right now. And so finding a place means taking that time, finding that place where you go to relax. That may be an actual physical place that you go to. Again, we talked about you running. It can be me having, being able to read somewhere. The same. Or if you can't physically go to a place, because we're not supposed to go to places, it feels like, go somewhere in your imagination. This is the happy place exercise that therapist always talks about, right? We have a picture of a mountain. I go to a mountain for my happy place. Go there, relax, feel the sensations that you feel there, feel the peace, feel the calm, and let that fill your body. And I'll probably make a video at a later time, probably about how to do that and go a little bit more into that. But you could probably put that in Google or YouTube and find a lot of videos.
You can just go for a walk like me and just be out in nature and connect with that, and just the endorphins from getting my body moving, and just the peace that helps clear my head. And I love being out in nature and being outside right now has become a huge blessing, even if it's by yourself or going on a social distancing run with friends like I did this morning. So
right. And so having that place, right? And one of the way to look at this too is it's really, anxiety can be really high, the fear can be really high if you don't have a place for that either. Right? So spiritually, are you taking these questions, are you taking these things to God? Are you taking these things to a spiritual community? So you feel like you don't know your place or what this is, it can be really difficult. And so I encourage you, you're having these dialogues, these talks with other people. Are you taking the anxiety to the right place? If you're a Christian, are you taking that to God? Right? Because if you don't, that's really hard. It's hard to put this whole pandemic on your back and know what to do. So take that anxiety, and stress to the right place. The right place is not your family. It's not your kids. That's not the place we want to go with that. So we need to put those things in the right place. Find some meaning for what's going on. And another way to do that is also, look, not one of us is going to fix or solve this. But my place is to protect those that I love, protect those around me, even the people I don't know. It's to wash my hands. It's to, again, practice good hygiene in a way that's going to help with this. That's your place to have. And so anything you want to add on that?
I think that's good. Yeah. The thing that you said about, we may have to be practicing social distancing right now, but do not practice spiritual isolation. Take this to God in prayer. Journaling is really good. For me, just taking a walk in nature, different things like that. Whatever is your place, just find that, and don't be afraid to ask your spouse for it, because they may surprise you and be like, yes, please go for a walk, go for a run, do what you need to do.
Right.
So
exactly. Well, guys, and I know not everyone have this option, but if it's getting really bad or that, reach out to a therapist too. Tons of therapists are doing online therapy right now. I know I am. And I'm working with couples and individuals just how to deal with this. You don't have to do this alone, and you can get professional help and reach out. So I hope that you'll do that. So I just want you to think, here's just 3 things you got to think when you're stressed, when you're annoyed, or you're having that fear of anxiety. Is it a grace problem? Is it a space problem? Or is it a place problem? And when you can identify which one of those it is, then you'll be able to come up with a solution that you need to. So grace, space, and place. If you have more questions about this, leave a comment for us. Contact us, just let us know. Be happy to answer any of those questions. So God bless you and your family, and let's keep our marriages together, even though we're going to drive each other absolutely crazy.
Totally crazy.
All right, so have a good day. And like I said, take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. We'll go from there. All right.
Bye.
Bye.